gloves, I will do it last. Okay. So first, this is the process. Okay. So if you unknowingly break the vacuum here, it will also break the vacuum here. So whenever you use, okay, and you have to decide how many targets you are going to use. So we can use 2 targets at the same time in this chamber as of now. Okay. So it is capable of doing 3 targets at a time, but we limit it to 2 targets at a time now. Okay. So today we are going to use just a single target. So what we will do is, you have to get this box. So this box is for big chamber and this one is for small chamber. Okay. So I'll teach you only big chamber. So no need to care for the small chamber. Okay. So open this box. So we have something called as anode ring and cathode ring. Okay. So you have to take out that first. See these two. These are called anode rings, where your targets will go. So you will keep the targets inside this and load it into the gun. Okay. So yeah. As we are using a single gun now, we will take only one. And there is something called as cathode cover. So this is your cathode cover. So this is an anode ring and this is a cathode cover. You can take pictures when I keep it here. Okay. So what it does is, it covers your target along with the gun. So which prevents plasma only to form in this region. If your target is exposed at 360 degrees, your plasma will go in all directions, right? So this one is to converge your plasma into only one direction. Okay. So for that we use this. So this and this should not touch. If it touches, short circuit, plasma will not form. Okay. So for that we use additional rings like these. So if you look at these 6 rings, 2 of them will be big and 4 of them will be small. So we use 1 big ring and 2 small rings for a single cathode cover. So this one is for that one. So you just keep it inside. Okay. So now we have anode ring, cathode covers and its accessories ready. Okay. What we will do now is, we will take out the screws. So to fix it in the gun, we will screw it. Okay. You know what is screws, right? So the screws will be available here. Take a picture of this section. Okay. So there are 3 types of screws we have. One is 3 mm, 6 mm and 9 mm. Okay. So what it means is the length. You see different sizes, right? It means the length and the width of the screws change. Okay. So we take out these and we keep it, as well as the Allen keys. So what are Allen keys? These ones. Okay. So we use these to screw the cathode ring and anode ring and cathode cover to the targets. To the guns. Okay. So we keep it here. Okay. Now we have to decide which gun we are going to use. So I said there are 2 guns, right? So as of now, this one is gun 1. This is gun 3. Okay. According to your gun, your shutter, we call this one as shutters. Okay. So this big one is for gun 1. This one is for gun 3. Okay. So now which one do you want to use? The big one? Okay. So we take this, we keep it here. And the last thing, your substrate holder. This is your substrate holder, okay? You can remove this part. So now you have practiced cutting 1x1, right?
Yes.
1x1 substrates. Can you keep it inside this? So for that, we use something. Yeah. I don't know. We use something like this one. Okay. What we do is, you keep your substrate here. You use these kind of tapes to stick your substrate with the holder, and then keep it here and then load it. Okay. So you have two types of substrate holder and two types of shutter. So remember that. According to your substrate size, you have to keep your substrate holder. According to your gun, you have to take the, what is this one? Shutter. Shutter. Shutter means nothing but what we do is, in the software, if you turn on the power, automatically the plasma comes, right? Here also, if you turn on the power, automatically the plasma will come. But due to atmospheric conditions, there may be some impurities on the surface of the target. So what we do is, we do pre-sputtering, which is we sputter onto this one, not onto the substrate, but onto the shutter for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, so that your target will become clean, and then open the shutter so that the your target material will go and deposit on the substrate. Okay. So now everything we have. So we will load the substrate at the very last. Okay. So 3. One is big one and 2 small ones. Okay. So now what we do is, to load your target, you will take this, right? So you should first see the thickness of your target. You see how thick your target is? It is like more than leave the condition. Just look at the thickness. You see how thick this is and how thick this one is. Here you have to arrange this like with the holes. Okay. So this one, this one, this one. At the very top, this one. Okay. So if you generally use 3 mm screws here, you can use 6 mm for this one. But why am I using 9 mm? That is because, always remember, gun 1. If you use this one, this will be very loose. Okay. So I use 9 mm and use this bolt to tight this with the chamber. Gun. Okay. So same 6 screws here. Okay. So now this one and this one is ready. We have to get this one ready. What we will do is, we will cover this with aluminum foil. Okay. so that the deposition won't happen on the metal itself, but on the AL foil, so that we can remove and throw it away. Okay. So for this one, the shiny side should be inside, the non-shiny side should be outside. Okay. Take it here. Hold it. Always remember the one with this one, right? The bulge here. This is your bottom side. So this should be very smooth. Okay. This one is your top side where you fold everything. So don't confuse yourself and put like this one, or else the shutter won't open properly. Okay. So if your shutter won't open, then 2 hours of vacuum is a waste of time. Okay, so always be careful when loading. Always double check and triple check whenever you do sputtering or load inside the chamber. Okay, so this is ready, this one is ready, this one is ready. Now we can break the vacuum. Okay, so before that, remember 1, 2, third one. This is for tightening this one and this one inside the chamber. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth one. This is for shutter alone. Okay, yeah. Come here. So after getting everything, the basics ready, if the screen is off, just touch it, turn on. From now, be very careful with the screen. Take pictures of the screen. Okay, everything you control is from the screen. So for braking vacuum, you turn off this automatic pumping. This one, come read here. You can come closer. So what is written here? It's Chinese. What is written here? Here.
Control automatically vacuum.
Yeah. So what you do is you turn off. Okay. For braking the vacuum, you turn this off, and you have something MV, right? Here, MV. You turn that off, and you will hear a sound. So wait for a few seconds, and then turn on the VV. VV is the vent valve. Venting means purging the air inside. Okay, so turn on. Yes. Okay, and take this. Within 9 seconds, you have to open the end. Okay? You have a timer here, see? 9 seconds. Within 9 seconds, you have to open that. And then wait for the value here to be 7.8 plus 2. Then I'll tell you. So in your SOP, it should be like the preparation for chamber, braking vacuum, loading, creating vacuum, and then sputtering process, then again braking vacuum. You can just follow the braking vacuum procedures. Yes, Jinja. And then removing everything, and then creating vacuum again. So it should be like this one. Okay, it will be very big. You have to write very carefully. Okay, see 7.8. You will hear a sound from the chamber. Just turn BB off first. Okay, turn this off and go there. Turn the cylinder knob off. Okay. So after every step, you have to return the parts to its original place. Okay. So now you see you can open the chamber. So now the vacuum is broken. Okay. You see, whenever you finish the process, you need to cover like this. Okay, I'll teach you that later. So after opening the chamber, remove the foil on the gun which you are going to use. So what is this gun number? This one? Yeah. So we are going to use number 1. So we will remove the foil. Also, whenever you are away from the chamber, close the door. Okay. So now what we will do is, we will load the target. Take out the target. Take this one. Okay. So it should be flat like this one. And then come here. You see, there are some big holes and small holes here, right? Come closer. Come closer and look. There is some small holes and big holes, right? Different types of holes. What you do is, you always put your screws on the small holes. Okay? So be very careful with that. Don't drop your target like top. Just place it very smoothly. Okay? Sometimes if you drop your target, it will break, and then you cannot do your experiments. Okay? Leave smoothly and then just do like this if it is free. Okay? And then you should always tight your screws opposite directions. So 1, 2 and 3 like this. Okay? So first, and from the start, not very tight. It should be even. If you tight 2 times here, you should tight 2 times. Like that, if you do, your target will be placed even. Also, don't use your full strength to tighten this, or else it can break. Because when plasma is created, high energy and more heat will be produced. If it is more tight, no place to expand, it will break automatically. So if it is there a little space, it can expand and contract. Okay. So if you see now, the target is in place and it is not moving, and it is okay now. So you want to check? Oh, you don't have gloves? Okay, next time you can. When breaking vacuum, I'll let you know. Okay. So after loading the target, what is the next thing? For anything to power up, anode and cathode are main, right? The positive terminal and negative terminal are important, right? Remember, this is positive and this is negative. Okay, so you have inserted the positive, so now you are going to insert the negative. Okay, so for gun 1, it will be very easy. Okay, because the screws, the threads are very loose here. So what you can do is, you can just push. But for this one, you cannot do that. You have to tight everything by yourself. Okay. So now For this, additionally, we are going to use these bolts. Because if you see, it is shaking, right? When you use the shutter, the gun may shake and it can cause a short circuit. So to prevent that, what we do is we take these two bolts and tighten the screws. Okay. Now if you see, there will be no shaking. So always your anode and cathode covers or rings should not shake, should be very stable. Okay, then only the plasma created will withstand, or else it can. I'll show you. If there is any gap here, right, the plasma can come throughout this one because it's just gas. Like it forms with the AR atoms, right? AR atoms can go here, 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 everywhere. So now what we did is, like we covered everything so that the plasma only creates here, so that your target deposition will be like in this area. Okay. So after this one, the next step is, before the next loading thing, what you have to do is you have to check for short circuit. I said, right, this cathode cover and anode ring should not touch. You cannot visibly see 360 degrees. As this side it is fully covered, you can see just in this side. If you see that side, it is not touching, right? But you cannot verify for this side. So to verify there is no short circuit, what you do is you close the chamber first and then take your multimeter, okay, and then go to this one, something with a Wi-Fi symbol, which is called as connectivity. So if you check with your multimeter, you can hear the sound. So what it means is short circuit. So if there is no short circuit, there will be no sound. Okay. So you should be very careful while doing this, as you can damage the gun. Okay. So come here. For this, no gloves is needed. Touch here. Touch here. Touch here. Touch it. You find anything different? There is a small hole in the middle and then one big layer and then a small gap. Okay, what, Jenny, you want to try?
Such a title.
Too much nails. Come on. Yes, right? So what you are going to do is, you are going to insert one end of your multimeter inside the small hole in the middle. Okay? You should be very careful. If you just not go straight and if you go like cross, it will damage your gun. So come. So damaging your gun means 1 million spending. Okay, should be very careful with that. So always verify it and then go slowly. And after this point, don't force it. Okay, just keep it and touch here. And if you see in the multimeter, there will be no sound. Right? So if I touch here, there will be sound. See? So this is short circuit, right? So if I touch here, there is no sound. which means your cathode ring and anode cover. Sorry, cathode cover and anode ring. Okay, they are not touching each other, so there is no short circuit in the system. So if you don't insert this probe in the middle of this one, if you do it like in the cross, and if you verify no, you will have a short circuit. So you can misunderstand that you have a short circuit if you don't insert in the middle. But inserting in the middle, you should be very, very, very careful, as you can damage the current. Okay? Be very careful, and you see no short circuit. That's it. So after inserting, after loading your target, after loading your cathode cover, the next step is to verify for the short circuit. Okay? And after that, we will be loading the shutter. Okay? So for loading your target and cathode cover, you use this one, right? The roll of this Allen key is over. Then you take your shutter, and then this Allen key goes straight to the chamber. Okay? You see this hole, they have to insert it like this. Okay? So always remember, there should be well-defined gap between your target, that is your target, and your shutter. Okay? I always use 2 or 3 fingers gap. Like see, if you have 2 fingers gap, it is enough. Or if you want more, you can use 3 fingers gap. So I think this is too much excessive. So what I do is I just give 2 fingers and then leave the shutter here. Hold your shutter first and then tighten it. Okay. Now I cannot leave the shutter as it is. I have to check whether the shutter covers the whole area. Okay. Or else during the pre-sputtering, which I said, like with impurities on the target, what will happen is some plasma will go from here or like from here to your substrate. So that will cause impurities in your sample, so which we don't want. So what I will do is, you have to keep your hand like this and check whether it is covered fully. Okay. So now it is fully covered, and then after that, try to move it with your hand gently. Okay, it's not moving. Now we can check if the shutter opens and closes. Okay, like come here. I can view through this hole. Come here, stand here. Can you see the shutter? No?
Here?
Stand here in my place. Yes. You can see the shutter. You can see the screen. This is what we want. Okay. So now what we do is we test if the shutter is opening and closing. Okay. So you see the SH1, SH3 and SH2. These are the shutter buttons. Okay. We will only use SH1 and SH3 as of now. This is for gun 1. Okay. It's not trying to open, but okay. You see there, inside the chamber, it's open, and I touch it, it's closed. Okay. So this is for gun 3, and this is for gun 2. Okay. Okay, everything is okay now. Now what? Okay, what and all we have did until now. What are the things I have did until now?
对，他说我现在做了什么？
It's okay even if you are wrong. This is your first time learning. It's okay.
You mean what we have done?
Yeah.
Oh,
We
cycle off.
insert the
tempo and piano.
rings. Other rings. Handle. What is that?
First one is the
No?
target.
Oh yeah. The target and the ring.
Okay.
And then we put a what is
Cover.
yes.
Okay.
And then make sure everything is like stable.
Jenny, everything is big.
Oh,
Why?
No, just the target and the ring and the holder.
Okay.
What is that?
Cathode cover.
Cover? Yeah.
Cover, yeah. Why the substrates are big?
Huh?
Why is not 2 cross 2?
Really?
Yeah. See, this one is also big. You see here, this one is perfect. This one is big, this one is also big.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I just
You only
I-
teach him, right?
Yeah. But I think many of them is the previous one.
Oh, now I have to waste my time. Okay, also remember, whenever you break the vacuum, within 20 minutes, you have to create the vacuum again. Okay? Ah, thank God, some good guy.
不是我们缺的。
对啊，不是不是我们，因为那字不是我们写的。
I think these are not what we because these are not what we write.
I told you to cut and clean for me, right? Sean, long time no see.
他还是可以讲那个小屋。
边边好不会用。
Okay, instead of learning this, you are learning this straight. Good for you guys. Sean, don't worry, I'll teach again. Don't worry, I'll teach you again. Shit.
有点像什么中式的。已故的理智。右下角，看热闹。来不及。
Yeah, you can. No need to ask for that. Okay, now what we will do is after loading, after inserting the shutter, we will load our substrates. Okay, substrate loading is the very last. Okay, so be careful when you load your substrate. So you see a gap here. So this is where you insert your substrate. Okay, so be very careful. Yeah, you see, go closer. Yeah, okay. Now your target, your shutter, your substrate, everything is loaded into the chamber. What you have to do now is verify there is nothing inside. No Allen keys, no screws, no aluminum foils, nothing is inside. Okay. What you do is close the chamber. Okay. And then you don't need to do anything. Press this one, turn this one on. It's enough. Okay. So turn this one on and then hold it. Okay. Yeah, you can leave it after it reaches 4+2. Okay. So now you have learned how to break the vacuum, how to load the targets and substrates, and how to create the vacuum again. Okay. Now you have to wait until this value is 100 millitorr and your cryo pump turns on. So now what we are doing is we are creating low vacuum, which is up to 10 power minus 3, and then you have to wait until your MV, right? We turned off MV, you remember? So you have to wait until this turns on. Okay, and then you can leave the room and come back after 1 hour to check the vacuum, and come back after another 1 hour to check the vacuum. Okay, sometimes within 1 hour you will get your desired vacuum. Sometimes it may take up to 2 hours. Okay, it depends on your pump condition. You see, this one is your low vacuum pump. That one is your low vacuum pump. And if you see here the RM10, there at the very last, you see what I am pointing at? Which one? The blue color one. So that one is the cryo pump, cryogenic pump. What it means is it maintains at a very low temperature and it traps your electrons so that vacuum is not broken. So what it does is it collects everything, it freezes it and then lets out everything. Okay, so it is maintaining at 11 Kelvin. You know what is Kelvin?
Yes.
What?
I forgot how to.
Convert?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So Kelvin is nothing but a representation of temperature. Okay. Room temperature is about 300 Kelvin. So 273 Kelvin is 0 degrees Celsius. So when you imagine 11 Kelvin, what is the temperature? You see something like this sound, it means your MV is turned on. Okay, so after this you can leave the room. Basically you can leave the room because it takes time to create high vacuum. Okay, now we have successfully created low vacuum and we are waiting for the high vacuum to be achieved. Okay, Okay, tell me what is 11 Kelvin in Celsius. You see, 7.3 minus 5. Okay, so we wait until till the information.
Write my name.
My name.
坚持起来。
Okay, professor name. Okay, what target did we use?
我没有想。
You guys did not even ask.
Oh yes. GA.
W. Tungsten.
What's name?
Tungsten. W. Just write W. You don't know tungsten? You have a bulb, right?
Light bulb.
Yeah, light bulb.
Oh.
You have a
Oh.
filament
Oh.
inside. That is tungsten.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Isn't it WU?
No, no, no. It's just W. So we used glass. G. GL. Yeah. The temperature is 21. So first is the chamber temperature, which you can find here. Okay. And then write 21 slash and the chiller temperature, which you can find it here.
So write 20.5.
Yeah. 20.5. Okay. Next thing. What is it?
Time of loading.
What time did we load, Jenny?
So,
10:30. 11.
I think
Wait. 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours. And what was the vacuum you saw now? You saw the value right there, right? What was it?
2.6.
Right that.
One. It's
Wait,
not that.
wait. It will load.
Oh. 2.5.
Okay. What is the next thing? Cryo pump. So is it at 11K? Come and check. Is it at 11K? Then write 11K. And this one is 10. Now I am going to use 10, so you write 10. So this one, nothing. No room, no temperature. Okay. The power ramp rate, right? What kind of power you are going to use, you need to know that. So now I am going to use RF. So if you go to RF, the ramp is 0.3. What time you are starting now? The question. 13:40. 40. Okay. And this one is the power which I am going to use. RF power, and we are not going to use DC, so I strike it out. So RF power I am going to use 25 watts for 5 minutes, which is 300 seconds. Okay. So this I should fill after the deposition starts, and this one argon will be 40 and I will do at 3 mTOR. Okay, finished. Now what we are going to do is, this one is for RF power. Okay, and you see this one with the same look as RF but black. This is DC power. Okay, and you see this one a bit different. This one is pulse DC. What do you mean by pulse DC? Pulse DC. What do you mean by pulse? What does it do? in digital electronics, what is a pulsed wave? Like a triangular box, like this one, square waves. You know square waves? So one high and then low, then high, then low, then high, then low.
Like the hospital.
Yeah. So what this does is, it gives pulsed DC current. Okay? So we have 3 power sources. What are those? RF, DC, pulse DC. Okay? Now we are going to use RF. So which one should I use? The red one. Okay. So when connecting this one, you should be very careful. You should align this to the gun, okay? And then tight it fully. Okay? After you connect the power source, you just go to the screen. Nothing else to do here, okay? So now you have checked the vacuum and you will have a screen right here, right? Come closer. Come, Sean, come. So this one, first one, is where you control your substrate rotation and then temperature, okay? So first, this one is rotation on. If I turn on, you see, it's rotating, right? Come. And then this one is to set your recipe for the temperature. Turn on, you will find different stages, right? So you have to, if you are using substrate temperature, what you have to do is, you have to increase like 1 degree Celsius per second, not more than that, okay? So 100 degrees in 100 seconds, 200 degrees in another 100 seconds, and 400 in another 200 seconds. So like that you have to increase step by step. So the maximum temperature the big chamber can go is 600. Okay, the small chamber can go up to 800, but we will not use small chamber. We will use only big chamber, which can go up to 600. Okay, so today we are not going to have any substrate temperature. So we don't want this one. We will not turn on this one. After setting the recipe, if you turn this on, you will see the substrate temperature rising. Okay, so you have to start your sputtering process after the substrate temperature reaches. Okay, so now I have turned on the substrate rotation, and then this RF1, right, it is not in use. Okay, if you want to use RF power, you have to go into RF2. Okay, RF2 is for RF power, DC1 is for DC power, and DC2 is for pulse DC. Okay, so RF2 is for DC1 for DC power, DC2 pulse DC. Okay, so remember these three. We have 3 power sources and we have 3 sections now. RF2 is for RF, DC1 for DC power, DC2 for pulse DC. Okay, this APC, right, this one, this is to control your chamber pressure. So the deposition pressure, right, we use 3 milliliter, 5 milliliter, 10 milliliter, example I am saying. So we use this one to control the chamber's pressure. Okay, so now we are going to use what? RF power. Okay, I am going to use 25 watts, right? So what first I will select the gun, RF gun, right? I should select here. So gun 1, enter, selected. So now the power, so it is set at 105. I don't want that, so I will use just 25. Okay, so this one is for pre-deposition, which I told for to remove the impurities from the target, and this is for deposition. Okay, so go here, 25, enter, and these 2 gray boxes, it is for the time. Okay, this is for power, this is for time, and this is for selecting your gun. So now I will pre-deposit for 5 minutes, and deposit for 5 minutes. So everything here you have to set in seconds. So if 5 minutes, 5 into 60, that 300 seconds. So I set 300. Okay. Now to ignite plasma, what should be there inside the chamber? Jenny, Sean. To create the plasma, what I need?
Water.
Hmm?
Water.
Correct. If you see here, you will find different gases, right? So what are those? Can you explain?
Argon,
Okay.
oxygen,
Okay.
nitrogen.
Good. So now what we are going to do is we are just going to pass argon. Okay. So I'll set as 40 ACCM and I'll turn on this valve. Okay. You can see the value increasing, right? So it will go and steadily stay at 40 ACCM. And now you will see the chamber pressure will increase. So it is now at 3 millitorr, right? It should increase more than 10 millitorr to ignite the plasma first. Okay? So always remember, when you create the plasma, your APC value, go to APC and check the value here is 25. Okay? It should be 25. Okay? When you are going to start the process, like start the pre-deposition, you should reduce it to your working pressure, which is 3 millitorr. Okay? So now the chamber pressure is at 20 millitorr. Now what can I do is, I will go to RF power, I will just turn on the power. Okay? And now in RF, you have to do matchmaking, which is RF has forward power and reflected power. Okay, so to make the reflected power to 0, I'll use manual mode and control the reflected power. Sit down, sit down. So this CT, right, is for the top value and CL is for the bottom value. Always your top value should be near 20 to 25 and bottom value should be 60 to 80. Okay, so if you reduce the value, you will see this WR decreasing. You see, now you should select auto. After the difference between the WF and WR are significant, you should click auto and it will go to 0. Okay, so your reflected power, that is the WR value, should be 0 to 2. Okay, if you use very high power, it can go up to 5. That's it. Okay, now check whether we have plasma. See inside the chamber. You have plasma? You cannot find?
Oh, there.
Yeah? So now the plasma is there and your pre-deposition has started. So now we don't have enough time to reduce the pressure, so I'll increase the pre-deposition time. Okay? Okay, now we have set the power, we got the plasma. What is the next thing we have to do? No, we already have the plasma, right? After pre-deposition, the shutter will open automatically. Okay? If you don't have plasma, after you give the power here, you have to open the shutter to ignite the plasma. Okay? Other than that, don't open the shutter. Okay? Now, pre-sputter is going on. I have to reduce the so go to APC. So from 25 go to 20. Okay, wait for it to be stable at 20 and then go to 15. Okay, Now after 15 go to 10.
So you have to change like 5.
Up to 10. Below 10 only 2 to. Like 10 to 8, 8 to 6, 6 to 4, 4 to 3, 3 to 1, 2 to 1. Okay. So below 3 only 1 1. Okay. So it is at 10. I'll go to 8. Okay. So only for RF power we have to do the matchmaking. Okay. For DC and pulse DC, no need for matchmaking. If you just turn on, you can see the plasma. Okay. So 8 millitorr, I'll go to 6. Okay, 6 to 4. Are you taking photos?
Video.
Then how will you write your SOP? Screenshot. It will not be clear. I want clear photos, okay?
Okay. We also take it.
Oh, okay. So now 4 to 3. Okay. After setting it to 3, shift to your RF power screen. Okay. Now you see we have 150 seconds left until the pre-sputter is over. So you wait now. So now you take this sheet and wait for the shutter to open. Okay. When you start the deposition, right, you should write the bias power, RF bias, right? You find bias here. You should write the value here and the reflex power value here. Okay. You hear the sound, tuck sound, it means your shutter is open. And see here, deposition has started. Okay. Now write the bias value, which is 104 and 01. Okay. That's it. You keep the sheet there. And now check whether the plasma is still active. It's still active. And then you wait for the deposition to finish. Okay. So this one is just 5 minutes. Usually if we do our deposition, it may take up to 1-2 hours. Okay. For that you need to constantly check the plasma. Every 15 minutes come here, check everything is okay, come check. So if you just leave, you will be like me, like target melted, right? What I did, I put 25 minutes deposition time. I went to lab to drink water. After 10 minutes I came back, alarm was reached. Why? Target melted, no power, no plasma to generate, the alarm was reached. So you should constantly check the machine. I prefer you don't leave the sputter room. Okay? To turn off the MV, you will hear a sound. Wait for it to go off and wait for few seconds and then turn on GV, O2, N2, then VV. Why is this used?
Can you say the full name?
vent valve. VV. You have a window, right? Window at the very top. What is it called? Vent.
Gas.
Yeah. Okay. After turning it on, what is this one?
High temperature. Oh, it just mentioned you should turn off the vacuum and then open the middle
Okay.
something.
Okay. So should I give okay or not okay?
Okay.
Which one is okay? So should I open now or not?
9 seconds.
Within 9 seconds, not after 9 seconds. You only have 9 seconds left. Okay. So when after you turn this on and give okay, hurry and take the opener to the N2 gas. Okay. Only 9 seconds you will have. Within that 9 seconds you have to open the cylinder, and then you will hear the sound, the N2 going into the chamber. So what value should be here to turn this off? It's okay if you are wrong. It's okay. No.
3.
Huh?
3?
No. Then it is more than 3. How come? No. I mean this value. 7.8 plus 2. Okay. That is the atmospheric pressure. 1 atmospheric pressure. Okay. That is 7.8 plus 2. Immediately you turn this off and turn the cylinder on. Okay.
So what will happen if you are over 9 seconds?
Your vacuum will not break. Your pump will get slow down. You should always do the open the N2 within 9 seconds. Okay. Then you can open the chamber. So the rotation is still on. I should stop the rotation, right?
Little bit.
Align with the center so that you can remove the substrate. Okay, it is taped substrate, so remove it carefully.
Why the size was
Size of so
big?
yeah. Always close the chamber. Okay, I know. I'm teaching them. Always close the chamber. First, secure your sample. Okay.
Where is the lock from? Take this for.
我等下再去把它切一点，2强的。
See the deposition happen. The color. Some samples will have colors, some will not. Some will be very transparent. Okay.
这如果不给他写，应该会忘记。应该是 因为其实这个，然后再配上拍照，它会整个乱变，因为你会不知道到底哪一步走，然后因为它不会照着那个时间走，
它就
对
变长。
它可以用手。
直接帮它点打。
他为什么不直接用手就好了？他都已经用手控了。
Bikin, bikin.
Okay, after securing the substrates, hey, where are the Allen keys? Okay, you have to remove the shutter first. Okay, don't keep everywhere.
No, no, here.
那个东西的
Shutter.
shuttle
In camera, you have right shutter like that. Something which closes and opens.
Pre-deposition.
Okay, and then
Remove the foil.
yeah, you should remove the foil and keep it on the desk first.
This.
As I said, gun 1 can be easily removed. This one, you just take, it will come off. But for this gun, you have to unscrew everything. Okay? Next time I will show you this gun also. Pratik,
Inside?
no, don't take anything out. So, how you tighten the screw in the same order, like opposite, you should remove it. Okay? Be careful when removing your targets. Heavy. Now what should I do?
You should cover
Yeah. What will I know like this?
our target.
Yeah.
Yes. Or we should keep it.
I think keep it. Cover the gun fully, okay? Hey, next one. Fast. This much is not required. Half of it is required, okay? Okay. Finished? What should I do then? Close? Okay, I closed, I'll leave.
Put it in the
Yeah. How will you put in the vacuum? How will you vacuum the chamber first? Only 2 hours.
simple step.
Only one button. Which
One
button
button.
is that? Press it. You, not you. And then, what should I do? I should hold this until the value there is 4 plus 2 or 5 plus 2. Okay? Then, Nothing. That's it. It will automatically turn on. Only when breaking the vacuum, you should turn this off and turn MV off. Okay? When creating the vacuum, you should just turn on the automatic pumping. Okay? It will create the low vacuum first, and then it will open the valve for high vacuum. Okay? I am asking about the value. What value will your high vacuum pump turn on? Here. I said here.
1000 years.
No. EBI millitorr.
Oh.
100 millitorr. Okay? When it comes to 100 millitorr or less than 100 millitorr, your high vacuum pump will turn on. Or to be specific, your high vacuum valve will turn on. Because the pump will run always. Only your valve will control the high vacuum and low vacuum. Okay? So the MV will turn on when your value is less than.
100.
Yeah. Okay? Sean, did you understand how to break the vacuum?
So you do it after.
Nothing. To break the
应
vacuum,
该是这里。
check whether you see if you keep substrate temperature, no, you should wait until the temperature is below 40. Okay, then only you can break the vacuum. Before that, you have to wait. It will automatically reduce. Okay, now we did not use any substrate temperature, so we are lucky. Breaking the vacuum is simple. Turn off the automatic pumping, turn off the MV, turn on the vent valve. Vent is nothing but you are letting something in. Ventilation, right? So ventilation is what? Air going inside. Similarly, if you turn on the vent valve, the nitrogen will go inside. Okay? So after turning on the vent valve, within 9 seconds, you have to open the N2. Okay? Then wait for the value here to increase to 7.8 plus 2, correct? Okay? So after that you can open the chamber, do everything, and then to put it back, you see this sound, the MV is turned on. Okay? After you put back everything, you just turn on this automatic pumping, your vacuum will start to create inside the chamber. Okay, so and wait for it to go below 100 millitorr for the MV to turn on again, and wait for 2 hours to create the high vacuum and do your deposition. Okay, this is it. This is the whole process. Okay, now you have to, after taking out your substrate and sample, you have to check the chamber temperature first, which is 21. Okay, and then check the temperature there. Not you, Sean, go check it. I know you know everything. You just stand there. 21. So same 21. Okay. So time of unloading. What time did we unload? 14, 15. Okay.
It's okay.
So is the chamber clean? Yes. Is the target taken out? Yes. What is the condition? Okay. You don't need to tick anything here. Okay. Is the chamber clean? Is the target taken out? How about the sputter condition? Everything is okay or not? Finished. You fill this. You take your samples. Go to the lab. Before that, you need to keep everything inside. We took everything, right? So now you have to segregate everything. Take out the screws first. Count the screws. Check whether if there are 6 screws, and then put it back inside the same box which you took. If you have taken screws from 3 mm, put it back inside 3 mm. If from 6 mm, put it in 6 mm. 9 mm, put it in 9 mm. If you mix it, no, and if we find out, you are banned from sputtering for 1 week. Okay, so you will not be able to sputter for 1 week. 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6 screws. Put it back. Check whether you have 12. Okay, every box should contain 12 screws. Okay, close it. Check the 6 mm. 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, everything okay. If you have taken the Allen key, put it back. Take everything. Where should I store it? Yeah. Put it back. Then how about these? Yeah. Take everything. Put it in the box. Close the box. Put everything back to where it was. Yeah. Take your samples. Clear the table. Okay. Take your samples. Go to your
Respective place
or home. Anything is okay. But your samples should be kept safe.